Like Scissor, he was a 2-year-old winner and he won his first outing at Kembla Grange. And what was your opinion this day, because he was a bit green?
He was a bit green first up. He had a huge amount of ability. He always impressed on the track from the first time we ever kind of asked him to do anything, and showed plenty of acceleration and athleticism. First time out, I'll never forget, I was actually overseas at the time, and I was following the betting fluctuations online, and I couldn't believe the price. He was about 8 or 9 to 1, and I expected him to be about $1.50. And a few of the other horses from big stables well fancied in the race, and he tore them apart. He won running off the track, kind of did a lot wrong, and still won by about 5 or 6 lengths. And the form out of that race, I think the second, third and fourth horse all won the next start in town, so you can see why they were well backed. But he's a horse that went straight on to stakes level after that in the up and coming, and was only beaten by his stablemate in Scissor by a very short margin. It was a very hard race to split them. And the way I look at it, and when I review the race mentally, I'm always thinking that he won his second start, because in my eyes it was pretty much a dead heat.
Panzer Division claimed a deserving black-type win in the Group 3 Ming Dynasty, again on a heavy 9 track, and defeating subsequent Caulfield Guineas victor Shooting to Win.
Over the dying stages, and Panzer Division wins it. Goes down to beat in second, Shooting to Win.
He's one of those horses that got through wet ground, so did Scissor, and although they got through it, I don't think they loved it. And I think that's testament to the horse's will, and also great attitude. A very competitive, mentally very competitive horse, and he always put his head down and really tried. And I think those horses, regardless of conditions, always run well.
A fortnight after the Ming Dynasty, Panzer Division faced the likes of Sacred Falls, Royal Descent, Lucia Valentina and Rising Romance in the Group 1 George Main Stakes at only his 4th race start.
Yeah, it was a big call at the time. We felt it was the right way to go. In hindsight, he was probably just didn't have the race knowledge, or the seasoning under his belt, but he ran very well that day, beating some good horses, and he ended up with a very high rating. I think an international rating of 120, which put him right up there with the 3-year-olds of that year. So although he didn't finish, he started favourite, but although he didn't finish as well as we expected him to, he ran a very good race.
After solid efforts in the Spring Champion and then the Expressway as an Autumn 3-year-old, Panzer Division's career was stalled with an injury in the Hobartville Stakes.
He was only warming up in the Hobartville, and if you watch the race, finished behind a wall of horses, was unlucky in the run, really just the way he finished off. He got injured in that race, and he cracked one of his carpal bones at his knee, which curtailed his career and stopped it short. He's a horse that we would have loved to have seen come back. I felt that he had a huge amount of potential, and certainly Group 1 potential, there's no doubt of that. And he's a horse again that was unlucky, like Redoute was, not to win a Group 1. Now we've got these two, Scissor and also Panzer Division, who are two great examples of horses that can go on and make it at stud.